Boop boop. Hello. Silly Mike. Hi. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a nice. Oh, hi. Said hi. Hi, Q. Hi, Minnie. So, Hi, Gray. Yay. So, I thought that I would just fire up CS2 and see where I left this. So, I remember Shock saying at one point, because I did stream detailing this, I spent a lot of time detailing one house, and he was like, "You're the only person I know that has spent like 2.5 hours doing one house." I don't know if that's true considering of all the detailers we know, but so that's all I've done aside from laying out all the streets. So this is Goose Blossom Cove, and it is based off of a little old, like, historically mining town in Colorado. But it is not, oh, hi, Jelly. Yes. Go find your kids and your cardigan. We'll just have a cozy time. But yeah, so this is based off of an old mining town. So I laid out the streets based off of just looking at Google Maps. And yeah, it's not one-to-one, but I thought I'd play around with some stuff today. I don't mess around with like terrain tools a lot or anything like that. I did extend, I believe this was just the lake, and I extended some kind of gorge here and did the bridge. But I did this, it says the last time I touched this was like early November. So, oh yes, it's a good reminder, Q. Yes. Hit follow if you enjoy the content. So yeah, I'm just checking in after like 4 months away. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do, I believe this is the new UI. Is that correct? Hi, Jelly. This was all there was a lot of kerfuffle about the new UI. Yeah, time to get into map making. Well, I could do things like I did want to plonk a house. Plop, plop, plop. And I didn't know if I was gonna do multiple houses or detail it, or if I should smooth out some of this terrain, maybe a little bit of everything. So we'll see. But we've got this house here, and then I will probably just plop something down here. So yeah, like I said, it's been a while, so backseating definitely. If people want to tell me what to do and how to do it, that's fine. but I think we'll just start plopping houses. Yes, welcome in everybody. So I have the UK pack, but I don't know. It might be conducive to like an old mountain town feel. Do I have anarchy on? There we go. Now, where is the front of this house? Here, hold on. Okay. Oh, there it is. Rotate button. In these mining towns, like, I don't think they have much of a yard. So we'll put one there for good measure too. So let's take a look at this guy. What does this guy do? Maybe you just... Okay, let's see. Now this, I think I have asked about this before. Like, there are some buildings that will flatten the grade as you place them, and a lot that don't. And it'd be nice if the grade was flattened per the footprint of the building, because, you know, that's more realistic. Because you're either like carving out for a building or you're adding in for a building to make sure everything's level, of course. So, but we'll just pretend that this is flat. This is something that you would see a lot, I guess, in a mining town. Maybe not so much the garage. Maybe we'll pretend that's like added in later. But maybe the British pack will work, because this is kind of like old, like it has a lot of Victorian elements to it. Some nice intersecting gables. You would have that in a mountain town for my favorite snow shed. You would have like a bay window that does a front street facing. This is a good example of what you'd find, but then you'd find like a mishmash of stuff in like an old mining town. But this might be one of the older residences. Oh yes, our harem. Yeah, I don't think I've talked to Tinker in a while. Yeah, I love this song. Yeah, we're sister wives, Jelly. Sister wives. So, yeah, again, like I haven't been in CS2 since November. So you guys are gonna have to refresh my memory on a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Is this surfaces? Concrete surfaces. I think I'm gonna start with this guy and see what happens.
That's the way computers talk to each other.
Oh, it was her cat Macy's birthday. Oh. Oops. I love Macy. She seems very floofy. Let's see. I think something like this, like its neighbor, seems a little bit more contemporary. Something like this would probably just go straight. Wow, that is so out of scale. Now here's something. If I wanted to just, whoa, sorry guys. That's horrible. Yeah, the texture's not great. Hi, Shock. I hope you're surviving. I don't want asphalt. Oh, maybe it'd be more rubble. So if I wanted to replace that, do I just like surface on surface?
No. You can select one.
Okay. And how do I select it again? So I have to be in there to do it? All right. Well, this seems like it would. See, that's scaled appropriately. Although I'd love it to like, yeah, go back like that a little bit. And that's something that it would do. Go to the end here. It would kind of sidle up alongside. Now, sometimes, actually, they would have like a little apron here. And then it would be kind of, a lot of the time in old places, it's like all this, is that mulch? We want mud. These places would have like it's called an apron. You guys have all seen it. But it's just like 4 feet. Oof, that's terrible. 4 feet of like concrete or some probably impermeable surface where rain or moisture would shed off. And then there's just like, they didn't want to pay for the whole driveway to be that material. So then it's just like dirt and mud. So, what is this? Nope, that's not. Oh, there's no undo button here. There. Now, mud. Maybe mud. No, that was the mud. I don't want that. Let's see. We're getting there. Let's see. Brick, water, sand, no ground. bike lane. I hope everybody's having a nice little Sunday or Monday, wherever you are. Let's do some soil. Yeah, sleeping is, well, that's all right. Sleeping's quite the concept. Okay. So yeah, that's a little more of what it would do. We got a lot of mud pits in front of garages and stuff in the mountains. Okay, so Gray always makes fun of me because he says that I say garage too fast, and I do. So I say garage, say garage, and he's like, you just keep saying crotch. So, you know, to each their own, I guess. See, I want this to be flattened out. Does Gray live in the garage? The crotch? Hmm. See, this is where I want this. To not intersect with the ground like that. So, I think you guys are going to watch some bumbling terraining here. Let's see. Levels the terrain to a certain height. We'll level her out a little bit. I want this brush size to be super down. Hey, Urban. Yeah, Mamma Mia. That's right. Oof. Target. Brush strength. Let's put that down. Target height. Let's see what this does. I don't want it minus 30. I'd like it to be minus 10. Oh, that's fantastic. Whoa. Oh, yeah, I did the wrong thing, didn't I? No, I didn't. Why did it do that? That's silly. Ooh. Okay. I right click on the level that I want. And then left click. Fabulous. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god is right. Yeah, I did switch to the slope tool. Grace like, oh my god, why? It's because I want him to backseat this entire stream. Let's see. even this out just a bit. Oh, see, that's the right height that I wanted. I think. Except right there. So, one fun thing when you're like building a house, you gotta pay attention to this, is I'm a heavier detailer than Moosey already. I haven't even done anything. I don't think this is detailing. I think this is throwing learning tools and throwing crap at a wall. Oh, see, it messed it all up right there. We'll call this a learning stream. Yeah. Okay, so there. Let's get all that evened out. Okay. Now that makes some sense. You would see some foundation poking through, so. Okay, that makes sense there. So one thing that you can't do, when you purchase a property and you start messing with it is any of the water. Oh, no, Urban, I've had this game for, I think since last July, and I have been too afraid to like get into it. Like I got into it in like November, and I laid out all these streets based off of a little mountain town, a little old mining mountain town in Colorado. And now I'm just, I don't know, learning the tools and stuff like that. So this is a very robust program, robust game. And so that kind of weirds me out a little bit, or it's intimidating, I guess. But so yeah. So yeah. Oh gosh. No, I would not mess around in Gray's save game. I would cause chaos. I'd probably turn on like natural disasters, or if that's even a thing anymore. Plant props. What did I just... A flower bed. That doesn't look very appealing. Hmm. Okay. giant. That there's a giant bush. That's a big old tree. Bush. Tree bush. My God, is there anything a little smaller scale? Nothing smaller than what I just did? And palm trees. Well, that's the point, Jelly. I want everybody to get some rest. Get some effing rest. MFers? Let's see. I'll do this guy right there. And soak up all that craziness coming out of the downspout. My God, these are huge. Yeah. This is definitely MFers ASMR. Welcome. Get cozy, everybody. We're gonna mess this shit up. Now, I don't think... Okay, so, yeah. Also fun mountain town tip, probably everywhere tip. You'd probably have just like a crap load of bushes wherever. I know that it's showing gutters and stuff like that and Spanish tile, which actually wouldn't be very typical in this type of climate. Usually in a mountain town, you wouldn't have gutters because there'd be so much snow that if the snow shed off the roof, it would tear the gutters down with it. Like, hi Poplar. Welcome in. Lurk. I really wish there was like smaller bushes. I'm sure there's a mod for smaller bushes. I do have the mod to sink things into the ground. Is that just mean that I do elevation? Change the amount? This guy? Okay. Make it real low. Real low, everybody. Oh, page up or page down. Oh, cool. Okay. I like that. Get real low, everybody. My name is DJ Brownie, and I'm here to make you... Never mind, don't listen to me. Because the brown note, I have a brown note voice. Nothing brown about my voice. No, I mean like poop, not... Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope nobody was listening to any of that. How do I delete this? Gray, damage control. Damage control. Guys, you know me. I can make my voice go real low. We call it the brown note. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's an announcer for the Broncos. His name is like Al something. His voice goes so low that we tease that he's got like the brown note voice, because it like whenever he talks, it like rumbles your intestines. So, I just keep digging a hole here. Well, I am not gonna say that. Can I just delete this bush? Okay, I think I would use better bulldozer. It's hiding on the new interface. B. B is my hotkey. B is my co-pilot. Just call that good. Yeah. So anyway, this whole time I've been talking just about intestines, everybody. But my, that looks okay. My God, that looks okay. I hope everybody already fell asleep, to be honest, and didn't listen to any of that. There we go. Now, why was that texture so overscaled? Like that one. What was that about? They're horrible originals? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's have this. Let's just see what this does. Now, I'm gonna... Oh, that goes way off. Here, we'll finish this up. And then... Oh, crap. How do I, modify the boundary again? How do I modify the boundary of my texture? Yeah? On the surface. Ah, okay. This? Ah, okay. Thank you. I don't want them to lock or snap. Let's see. Snap. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't want to start a new one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Nope. Did you guys ever think that you would sit here and just watch somebody struggle with CS2 to this degree? Create. Yes. Gray's got the right idea. Oh, that was just an undo button. What? Thought you all said you didn't have undo. Gray's giving me the business. Getting the business, everybody. No. All right. This is less janky. Here we go. We'll just have that doubled up. Oops. So yeah, I feel like that would be, holy crap. Yeah, I just can't get over. Hi, Arwen. I just can't get over how big all these bushes are. Oh, age. On that side, I'd want a little bit of privacy, I think. That guy, I think we just kind of... Holy crap, that is huge. Wow. That's a big effing tree, y'all. I just said y'all. My computer's like, I hate my life right now. Oh yeah, I think one thing that I got distracted because I was talking about my voice. When you have like snow shed or whatever, you would always, again, you probably wouldn't have gutters because they'll just be useless and get torn off when the snow sheds somewhere like where we live. And you would have a bunch of landscaping and vegetation down underneath to kind of capture all of that moisture. So the thing that Colorado is going through right now is there are so many people that want to build houses like in a very secluded spots, and what that is doing is creating like kind of a huge worry for fire safety, because, you know, these houses are like out in the middle of nowhere. And like you have to, before you build a house, you have to like prepare a road wide enough for fire trucks, and they have to have like little pullouts and turnarounds, and usually this comes at the expense of the person building the house, which is fine because it's kind of like, well, you're the one building the house, you know, be responsible for it. But we had a new code come out in the last few years that dictates, like, you know, since you live where you live, like you're in a threat zone as far as wildfires are concerned. And based on that type of I don't know, I guess you'd say, like, depending on where you live, your house is like in either like a medium, high, or extreme wildfire threat zone. So they, like, you can't have any vegetation or mulch or trees or anything at all, like within 5 feet of your house. All of your materials, exterior materials, have to be fire resistant. So, like, if you wanted shingles on the exterior of your house as like a decorative feature, either you can't do that, or you have to find like a synthetic. And it's all good, like it really is, but it's also causing a lot of headache for everybody around here, because we just have to, as an architect, you have to be a little bit more creative with the materials that you can use. So it's just kind of like, this house would, for the most part, be fine, except for all the plants I'm putting so close to it. And that code, in case anybody is interested, which I know you're not, but it's called we call it WUI. It's the Wildland Urban Interface Code. It's great. I think I'm going to put a little sidewalk right there. Yes, using that. You guys, I swear, I am never going to get the WASD. Like, that's not gonna happen for me. We could make this. Let's see if we can, like, throw in a little bit of a curve. The girls are doing laundry, and I hear them whispering. They're plotting against us. Oh, see, that's kind of god awful. This radius would probably come in a little bit more shallow. That's what you get for trying to do something with a tool that it's like, I don't know what you were trying to do. to be... Oh, well, there you go. We wanted to redo that anyway. We'll just stick to right angles for now. I'll leave all the fancy schmancy curved stuff to gray. I did my music choices and all of that's on purpose, everybody. Like I really do want people to just be cozy and chill out. I don't know about anybody with kids, but this is our last day of spring break around here. I think I just made my children sad saying that. It's okay, you guys had a good time. Did what you wanted. Yeah, I'll just lock that guy in. There we go. Yeah, I don't know about those flower boxes. Let's see. Now, here's something that I don't like about, like, I like this texture, but you can only have it in small doses because the way that it renders and appears is like, it's definitely the example that they had is just tiling. So you just get this pattern that you don't want. Yeah. I'm not done with this house, but I'm feeling done for now. I think I'll play around with some terrain tools. Because I know I left this, like, shore in a dire state. I think I was just trying to, like, gouge the earth when I made this. So let's see. Okay, levels the terrain to a certain height. Soften terrain. This is one. Oh, let's make that bigger. Okay, so set target. I think. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It creates a slope by evening out the terrain height between the terraformed area and the target height. So I've seen, like, everybody. I've seen gray, I've seen poplar, I've seen jelly, moose. Like, I've seen them all use this tool. But I think I want to bump. I don't see them, like, use it like this. That's for sure. So let's see. Yeah, this is... Well, what do all these tools do? Okay, so... Okay, so I pick the target height, which is the target topography. And if I do that, then it's just like brings everything to that topo line, to that level. And so if I pick another target, then it at a lower elevation, then of course it would do that. Oh, do I sweep up with this stuff instead of down? So if I click on that, and then, okay, I see. So you sweep up. You guys probably assumed that I just pay attention while I'm watching everybody else do this. That's silly. Okay, so that makes everything super uniform. So if I were to create a boat ramp, yeah, that's how you do it. So if I wanted to raise or lower, and it just starts like carving out this giant hole. All right. So I think we always want to knock down the brush strength. Evens the elevation differences. Okay. Soften terrain, shift terrain. Should pay more attention to just the name of the tool, I guess. Oh, there we go. Bring that up. That's a good brush. I like that. And maybe we lower this just a little. I don't think it needs to be humongous. Let's kind of get some water in here. Oops. Yeah, let's get some water in there. That seems insanely uniform, though. Now, can I take a target height on this guy? Probably not. see here. Let's do the target height there and go up. He's back, everybody. Don't worry. I'm learning about these tools, Gray. Ooh. Whoop. Moving a little too fast. My computer does not enjoy this. Oh, am I jumpy? Now let's go back this way. Yeah, it's a little jumpy. It doesn't enjoy running this program. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pause at the advice of Granoise. I'll keep working on that. Well, that's funny because now all I kind of feel like doing is getting into Tiny Glade. So I'll flatten those out. Unless this is like a road to go down to the beach. Aw, thanks, Moosey. Moose, you missed it. Moose, I'm learning about surfaces. Whoa. And here's a complaint I have, Moose. They need bigger tiles, like the example of the cobble. If they want people to cobble this amount of space, they need to have a bigger sampling size because all it's doing is tiling that one image. And so it renders with all of these lines because the sample isn't big enough. So, like, if I did something with this kind of texture at work to do a rendering, like, we just wouldn't, it'd be like, no, that sucks. And we would never use it again. It'd be unacceptable. So, They need a bigger sampling size for that image. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys have like so many mods for it, but I did use a bigger or a different one for these and for the apron and for the walkway. And that one, I don't know if it's just that I don't have a big enough area that I've drawn it out to be, or if it's actually like a excuse me, like a really good, they've got a really good sample picture. So, oh no way to increase the sample size, it's built in. So once they take a picture, that picture is like scaled to fit or something. Some predetermined whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, that sucks. Why don't they do something about that? There's the program that I use for work. I use two. I use SketchUp, but I also use like SketchUp and AutoCAD. We use in tandem. AutoCAD's for the actual like construction drawings and stuff like that, where SketchUp is just used in the first part of the project to like render and show a 3D model for clients. And then the program that I really like to use is called Revit. And it's a very, very powerful and robust program. But with both SketchUp and Revit, because you can do all of the drawings, like all the 2D stuff and the 3D stuff in Revit. Where in the other track, it's like 2D is in AutoCAD, and then you have to switch over and do 3D in SketchUp, and they do not like intersect at all. Like you just have to, if you make adjustments in SketchUp to the 3D model, you have to track it through on the AutoCAD side, and it's pretty annoying. But with Revit, you don't have to do all of that. But they both use a rendering program called Enscape. It's by a company called Chaos, and it's pretty badass. So, yeah, no, you're right. They just, they ain't got time for that. So, maybe I plop a couple of trees. Because, I mean, I'm done with the landscaping here. Hi, Cookie. Like, not that I'm done with it, but I just don't want to do that anymore. But I will put up some trees. Happy little trees. Where did all my happy little, there they are. So say these guys bought these adjoining lots. This guy has the corner lot. These are pretty big lots, actually. I could put another house right there. But this guy was like, came in and bought this lot and this lot, and then raised to the ground whatever house was here so that they could have like all this landscaping. That's the narrative in my head anyway. But we're gonna just start plopping some trees, having some privacy. Uh-oh. We've got... You shared a very important photo? I'm kind of scared. Oh, that is an important photo. Kitties. Everybody, cats are actually pretty great. We haven't had a cat in a long time. He was pretty great, although he was pretty grumpy too. Palm trees. I definitely don't have a tree mod or a tree pack that I'm obviously missing here. All I've got are these giant spruces, which, you know, that's the kind of tree that would be here. Yeah, they kind of bunch up. But yeah, like up around this area, there would be spruces and pines and conifers and evergreens. And then aspens. That's another thing. He was so small and spicy. Now he's just spicy. How big is your cat, Cookie? Yeah, and Moose. I mean, we've seen how big Dooley and Salem are, but like, how much do these cats weigh? Our dear boy, dearly departed, at one point topped out at 24 pounds. Yeah, it's okay, Moose. You can, like, our cat was 24 pounds. And I'll tell you, that's because I left him with my parents for 6 months because I was living somewhere where I couldn't have cats. And when I came, and they had a lab, a dear, sweet, huge chocolate lab named Maggie. And, you know, she ate like a lab. And so she taught our cat how to eat like a Labrador retriever. Before that, he ate like a perfectly normal cat. But then, like, Maggie would steal his food. And yeah, so he ate. He was a tiny little kitten when I left him there. He was a giant big kitten when I got him back. And yeah, like, I'd go see my parents every few weekends, and I'd be like, oh my God, he's getting huge. Like, what are you doing to my cat? But yeah. I feel like, excuse me, this house very specifically would have we've got sadness. we've got some, like I had mentioned before, today's the last day of spring break for our kids. And they're doing some chores right now. And they are not happy. They Oh man, Cookie. I'm an American and I'm dumb. What does that mean? 5 to 6 kg. Hold on. No, I can figure this out. I'll Google it. Yeah, Gray will Google it. I don't think I like that planting there. Boop, boop. 12 pounds. Okay. Now that seems like a very, I don't know, average size for a cat. So, yeah. Like, I think I'm, for now, it's definitely not done by any stretch of the imagination. But I think I'm done with that for now. Excuse me. I think I just need to, when I find the time, just get into assets. Because this house does the job. But in that house does the job. But they're not like a good fit. But I guess that is like an old mining town. Is that like it's a smattering of buildings and styles. So, but anyway, well, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep for another half hour. But I think I'm going to real quick get into Tiny Glade because I'm more familiar. I want to finish up some windows and doors. What, Moose? I don't know the tools like I do in Tiny Glade. Stream Hell Let Loose. Oh man, this computer cannot handle Hell Let Loose very well. I could do Breakout. I haven't even played Breakout in months. Yeah, I was in it last night and I felt like I was just running through water. And it looked like I was running through water from my perspective. Aw, thanks, Cookie. Yeah, it's all just like kind of hit or miss. So here, let me do this and I'll fire up something ooh, I don't know. Fire up some Tiny Glade, maybe. Hold on. Oh, can you hear me still? Oh, no. That doesn't do anything. How about this? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on. Hi. Thank you. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you. I will. Yeah, it's pretty chaos. Chaotic chaos. It's not cozy chaos at all. So, my game is in the night. We're in the nighttime. Let's have... No. And we'll lock that. Oh, thanks, Q. Thank you, Q. Oh, well, Gray said he'll do it, but we'll have to... I have to check all those settings, I think. Okay, so last time we left off in here, I probably told you some, like, Banana's grandpa story. But I think we completed all the windows and doors and stairs on this inner courtyard. We did not get to it back there. And I think we were working on it in this courtyard. I think we've got most of them. But it also needs to be finished out. Or, well, we did finish out like windows, doors, and stairs on this side. So that works. So we need to finish out the interior of this. Cool beans. Yeah, like I said earlier, I hope everybody's having a really chill Sunday or Saturday. Well, that's good, Moose. Just jorking. Jorking, jorking. Having a jork fest. I think we want, like, look at this cozy effing door. Hi, Map. Can I call you Map? Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday or Monday, depending on where you are. I don't want those doors to be too close together. Oh, Cookie. Oh, man. Yeah, Cookie, you got beat out by 1%, and then Q just, like, raised you all to the ground there. Let's have a little... Let's have some, like, a little dirt path going to this guy. No, I don't want that door. But look at what I have. I have an undo button. Thanks, Q. Much appreciated. Thank you. You're very small and cute. Cookie. I love that. Gonna put a little tree here. Now, how small? Like, I am 5'2" and 3/4, which, you know, if you're under 5'3", which is, I think, about 160 centimeters, once you get to be that, if you're under that height, you usually start adding the increments. So I think that tree belongs there. Yeah, I think that's a good tree. Let's knock this guy down. Wonder if it'll... Oh, that's okay. That works. Although it does... No, I did get it into here, so... Okay, that's pretty cool. That was so unintentional, and I actually don't want that, but How did I get? Wow. Thank you. That's quite the compliment. How did I get this good at building? Well, I'll just show you. This is based off of Minas Tirith, and oh, look at that sheep, guys. Come on. So from Lord of the Rings, so it's really, I had a good precedent to look at. Um, and I'm I like, so I wouldn't say that I'm like great at any of this. I just think I like nooks and crannies and little hidden nodes of, I don't know, interaction, or just like I mean, it's kind of like a lot of these spaces are accidental, but it's like they're great because it's like, what's going on under there? Like, I see, like, oh, maybe there's animals, there's raccoons that hadn't under there. No, it's just I don't know, it just seems like a good thing to do. I'm kind of letting I plopped some buildings, and I'm just kind of letting them interact with each other. I know, like, some people really like symmetry, and they really like patterns, and I'm all for that too. But I think I like them so much that I try to break out of that on purpose. And this was one of those on purpose times. So everything's kind of all over the place. But this game is just so conducive to letting, you know, everything be all over the place, but interact in a really nice and cozy way. So, yeah. Is domesticating raccoons really becoming a thing in the US? I don't think so. Yeah, Matt. I love Lord of the Rings, and I think that that would be a good thing to watch, especially like, before they are like running it through the cycle of, oh, it's time to redo all that stuff. Because let's see, Return of the King, which was the last of that trilogy, of like a trilogy of movies, that came out in 2003. So I'm sure they're at some point in the near next like decade or so, they're going to be like, oh, it's time to redo Lord of the Rings. And yeah, I think you should watch it. But yeah, it's all a little luck in having a good precedent to work off of, and just kind of doing what you want in the moment, I guess. If you have this game, I highly recommend that you just let it do whatever. Except like right now, it's not letting me do what I want. I don't want that door there, but I went too crazy with the... Ah, see? Perfect. I went too crazy with the garden tool. So, there we go. Yeah, Cookie, I don't know anybody with a raccoon. And like, we live in like the wilds. Like, we live rural. So if there was a town with somebody with a raccoon in it, we like, that would be our town. But I don't I don't think that that's... I mean, we all, I don't know, at least people in the mountains, we all know that raccoons are just like giant vermin. Or they can be. They're so tricky and they're like... Okay, so here we are in Tiny Glade. I always get the hankering for grandpa stories while I'm playing Tiny Glade. But my grandpa, he battled a raccoon once all summer long. No, they're not very friendly. Like they're not. um they want to eat your trash and they want you to not be any part of it. Um so they want to eat your trash in peace. And you know that's it. And but anyway, so my grandpa was having trouble with a raccoon. And he, oh my God, I remember he set like so many, like humane, but he set so many traps so that he could trap the raccoon and then release it somewhere very far away from his home. He just, like, this saga went on all summer long, and every single trap he set, this raccoon outsmarted him every single step of the way. Like, he'd come to check on, like, the live trap, and all the food would be gone, like, all the bait would be gone. Raccoon wasn't in there. It's great. Oh, it was, it was a battle, telling you. He never did catch the raccoon fully and completely, like, I don't know. And I can't remember all the live traps that he used, but because I mean he grew up on a farm in Nebraska. So he just, like, you would think that he had this one kind of knocked out of the park. That was not the case. A lot of times he'd call everybody and be like, "Well, raccoon got me again," and just like, what? Goofball. But yeah, Cookie. Raccoons are interested in your trash, and they will attack if provoked. So and they have diseases. They carry diseases. So you don't really ever want to tangle with a raccoon. Warning, do not tangle with the American raccoons. I don't want that to be fancy. I love that there's just this little sheep stuck here. Meh. put a little dormer right in the middle. So this window screams like that definitely would be a privacy issue. But we're gonna put it there anyway. Well, you know, honestly, this building is taller. And so the window, oh, there's the door. That is a low roof. What have I done here? No, I think I like it the shape it is. But let's make this a tiny bit taller. Give clearance to this header. It's a very odd shaped header. Which means if the head height is there, this window would go up. I think I'm good with all that. Let's see. Push that up. Okay, it's not a privacy issue anymore. Let's see. Ugh, mosquitoes and ticks. Yeah, we have those too. Definitely do not like either of them. So around here we have a lot of foxes and let's see, we have tons of foxes. We have not like very, you know, not at this elevation, but I mean, there are wolves. Probably, but they, like, we just went through a whole thing in our state where we just reintroduced wolves into the our state. And so they're probably not really abundant enough, excuse me, to be quite around where we are yet. I think, you know, we have a lot of ranching around here, which would probably draw wolves, but they're pretty smart, and I think for right now, they steer clear of our area. Badgers and boars. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Badgers and boars? Oh, I can't even think of like... We have a lot of deer and elk, and that's usually like the same situation. Like that causes a lot of... They do the same thing. They run out into the road. Elk more where Gray and I grew up, but deer around where we live now. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna get a little window right there. Unless I do this. But that is... Like, if I look on the other side of this... Nah, that's kind of where all these floorboards... Like, yeah, this is all whimsical and all that stuff, but I do want, like... I don't know. In some cases, an actual sense of, like, oh yeah, that's how it's really constructed. You wouldn't put a window where you'd be having structure for that decking. But just saying. Um no, that's crazy. Like, yeah, boars and badgers just seem like really I don't know, that's like small. I mean, definitely not like this, not safe. I mean, I'm sure they're just as dangerous as anything, but yeah, just I don't know. That seems just small. There'd be a door right here. Okay. Seagulls too? Well, you guys are like, I mean, you have a heck of a, you have lakes and ocean and coastline and craziness. So, I mean, my God, there's so much water where you are. I believe that. Okay, so on the inside of here, okay, so this would be like a split level. Like you walk in and there's this like landing and then you'd go down or you'd go up. So this window would sit right there. And we'll match. Oh, cool. Maybe we have a smaller window there. This tool's not working for me. Work. Work. Dang it. Work. There, I'll just undo. Because there's an undo button in this game. There it is. That's what I wanted. Like, I don't even know what I would do if, like... I don't know. Are there, like... I mean, yes, I live in a country where seagulls exist. But I guess I don't, like, talk to people that are around the seagulls a lot. What, do you get, like, attacked by the seagulls? Like, what are we talking about here? So, they're just loud, they poop on everything. That's about it? Or, like, are we thinking, like, they're menace? I mean, yeah, they steal your food. If you're moose, they observe you doing that. Itching your tummy? Just itching your tummy, that's all. Let's see. What have we done here? Let's back up. Okay. Now we need a path. A path. This little guy. So cute. Put some lanterns here too. Just cuz. Turn it this way. Let's see. I'd wager there'd be one at the beginning of the stairs. Oh, yeah. Stairs are flanked by these two lanterns. Nice. Let's see, where else would a lantern be? I don't have one over here. That seems like a nice spot. And I feel like this would be just like garden area. And I feel like this would also be garden. Let's put some down here. So, usually in the morning, they're loud, steal food, straight up fight you for it. Oh my god, Cookie. Sounds brutal. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the other day, my dear sweet children were watching Monty Python because the Search for the Holy Grail one. And they were doing that because they wanted to. Oh, look at that sheep. Eh. They were doing that because they wanted to see a very specific scene. Not gonna get into it too much, but they. So right now they're running around, pretending they're the knights who say "Nee." It's pretty cute. Oh no, I didn't want those to go away. Flank these stairs. Let's see what that did. Oh, that's cute. I mean, I'm not gonna like garden everything up, but just little areas. Yeah, this whole game is like ASMR. Woo, it's fabulous. See, maybe just a spot of garden right there. Don't want that shovel to disappear, but it did. Oh well. Demi- yeah, moose there. They like their taste is their taste is probably a little questionable, and I feel bad about that. You're in hell let loose. Oh man, look at how cozy this is, though, Moose. Look at how freaking cozy it is. Right. Well, I do think that that's like this is interior courtyards done. Mind you, yes, I did detail out those parts. Oh god, I do love windows. There's so many windows. So I still have this side left to do as far as putting in windows and doors and stairs and all that stuff. And then kind of then I wanted to do stuff along the outer wall. Oops. I'm not quite sure what though. So we'll uh-oh. The orcs can get in really, really easily right there. Dang. My security is not up to speed on this. Yeah. It's getting there. Getting there. But yeah. Well, I do think that this is kind of where I want to leave it. It's a shorter stream today. I do have family here. It is not 24 hours. I have 22 hours left to go for it to be a 24-hour stream. But like I said, I do. Oh, hi, Emily. I do have family coming, or maybe already here. Not at my house, thank God. But we're gonna go meet them for dinner. So I think it is time to raid out. Unless anybody... Oh, Moose, I just saw your pin. What a fabulous pin. Let's see. Who's doing stuff? Let's see. Dava? What the heck is Dava doing? City Skylines too. Heck yeah. Let's raid Dava. Oh, Cookie. Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I know it was shorter, but you know, think my attention is just my attentions and desires for these builds have been satisfied. I'm at the end of my rope. Just kidding. No, oh, family. Gotta go do family stuff. Ooh. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me today. I do hope everybody's nice and cozy or having a nice, relaxing. I hope you came in. I hope you're more relaxed than when you came in, basically. Let's see if this works. Thanks, Q. So, yeah. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I think Gray and Jelly are gonna finish up Baldur's Gate this coming Tuesday. I know that that was said last time, but I think it's gonna happen this time. So check them out on Tuesday. Give them a shout out. I won't tell you what to do. You, Q, are a grown ass man with your own autonomy. You can do whatever you want. But go see Jelly and Gray on Tuesday. So yeah. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna go see Dava. He likes trains. He's a fabulous City Skylines player. And yeah,